Hello, Dr. Friedman and Daniel Michaels. It's been 10 or 12 years I didn't file a provisional for this patent. I was occupied in research and development of a product that I can actually use and get it fabricated. Now, we achieved an engine generator that with a frequency regulator that mounted in here, we get the engine right now to 7,300 RPM, but we have in order a frequency regulator to get it up to 40,000, and then we're gonna develop a new rotor engine to get to 80,000 RPM, and that'll be to store electric energy and to store energy as battery and to charge a car in a fast way, as a half an hour, 40 minutes, up to an hour. We can get this generator to 80,000 with a small amount of energy. Now, this can be used in a car, for a house, or for any kind of plane or any application. What we have in the system, it's actually only the engine, not this way. Only half of it will be the UPS, and it will be shorter. It will be about 250 millimeters in diameter and about 250 up. It will be a small unit. You'll get a vacuum in the factory, all surround magnetic bearings, and that's it. We're gonna have an engine, one engine, generator, the flywheel, and here a bearing. Here all around it we're gonna have magnetic bearings that holds the flywheel like Earth. In vacuum, like Earth or any star in the system. So we'll get it up to 80,000, and then we can extract energy by the descent in a free wheel. We can generate, right now, if we'll get to 80,000, we can generate 7.5 kilowatt in each one of the phases that we have in the generator, and we have 3-phase generator. That's about 2,500 volts in 5 amps. That's what we get. Now, to get the new storage unit, electric storage unit, I tried to see how it's efficient in air without vacuum. We found out an amazing thing, that the efficiency is about 100%. We got it up to 7,300 RPM in 9 minutes, and we only used about 35 watts second, because the engine runs on 77 volts and the current was a half amp. Multiply by 60, multiply by 9 minutes. That's the movie that I sent to Dr. Mark Friedman. You have it there to see by yourself. And then to uncharge the energy with those lamps that I put in 360 watt. Resistant, we got about the same amount. So by my calculation, in 80,000 will be stored about 130 megawatt second, but we're only going to use about 140,000 watt second. So when we'll get the unit, the frequency regulator from the United States, we're gonna check it with a resistant, and we're gonna see how much we're gonna get in a completely vacuum, and then we'll file it again if we'll find something that is incredible. Right now, the efficiency is 100%, even that we got about 1 megawatt second storage by calculating the physics by the EK equals half M multiply R1 square plus R2 square multiply by V square in RPM. I believe you know this formula. I'm going to write down everything and send it to you with the drawing. Now, if we're going to get 100% efficiency, that would be great. If we're going to get higher than that, by my calculation, we store about 931 more than we invest in it. But until we're gonna see it de facto, we won't know. Now, in the assumption that we're gonna get about 500, 400 above that we invest because of the efficiency, when I started the project in the ceramic bearings, I got about 7 amp to start the system to get it running. Today, I'm getting about 03, 04, 05 amps to get it started. That means I can add up much more weight in the same amount, or maybe the amps is going to get up to 1 amp or 2 amps, 3. still the same. The amount of inertia that I'm gonna store in the flywheel in vacuum and in magnetic bearing will be huge. In 25 kilograms, I can get 1 gigawatt second of energy stored. That's more than a lot of car batteries. You can, in 1 gigawatt second, you can accumulate a room from the floor to the ceiling. So that will give any car, electric car, a lot of mileage to drive, and when he charged it, he can charge the car and use the energy as a power source to drive in a small amount of time of charging the unit. Now, if the assumptions, if the calculation of physics are right, and we stored this amount of energy, it means that we're going to put 2 units parallel with 1 battery of a car, we're going to end up with a system that will be a power source for humanity, and that's going to be amazing. So, because we don't know what we're going to get in a week or 2 or a month, it's hard to get those parts. So when we're going to get the parts, I'm going to install them and we're going to check, and it's going to make a lot of noise. Before that, I have to be protected. So please take care of it, that all what I said is protected and written down in the provisional. For the question, what is the what's the I forgot, מה החדשנות? So, fast charging, ratio of weight and the amount of energy stored, huge. Lifespan, the rotor have no air, is in vacuum, there is no energy it can get from the environment, it's only magnetic. The only things that get heated, it's the stator, it's not the magnetic. So we don't need a cooling system, and it can stay like this, I believe, 50 years, even 100. A battery, the best of them, can last 7 years, normally 2-3 years. So that's the חדשנות. And if the physics are right, and this is so efficient, we can use it as a מגבר אנרגיה. This was for the energy storage unit. Now, the beginning of my research started in thermodynamic system to extract electric energy. In this engine, UPS generator. I have here the diesel that can be installed on the engine. I have here a valve, 650 bar resistant, a heat exchanger with a temperature gauge and a pressure gauge. I have here a pump with a water gauge in a milli-cc of infusion from medicine, batteries, bucket of water, and a control unit that I have here. PLC, variators, transformers, and that's it. Now, when I get the system in a UPS to 80,000, I cannot touch the system until it will be drained of energy to zero, to start it all over again, or to put it in a resistance to lower it down to zero as soon as the bigger the resistance will be. Now, here, with the water getting into the heat exchanger that can accumulate the pressure up to 600 bar, up to 5-7 cc capability, inject the steam into the engine and lights up because of the vacuum created inside the pistons, and get it back to 80,000. This system was invented so I can keep the storage unit up running without any other intervention. The idea is to give 1, 2, 4 pulses of steam a day to keep it on running. Most of it should be written in the patent. Right now, I cannot proceed because the variator is locked in 500 hertz. I'm looking for one that is above it. In Israel, it's hard to get them. If I won't be able to solve it in the couple of weeks, I'm going to take the system to the United States, to the Silicon Valley, to finish and prove the efficiency so we can start to mass produce the UPS for the cars and all the other applications. Right now I'm doing 3 models, one of 400 watts, one of 1.5 kilowatt, and one of 6.5 kilowatt, to use in all kind of system and application around the world, from aviation, boats, car, home, and the grid, to store energy from the grid on poles with those systems and to store energy from the night, to use it in a day, in a busy day of traffic. It's been a while that I didn't talk English, so and especially in physics, so it's hard for me to find word. Thank you, Dr. Friedman, and thank you for your patience. Bye-bye.